Brony has no eyebrows. We don't know that. This could be the hair, so it's like bangs. I prefer to look at them as enormous eyebrows. Like, just colossally sized eyebrows. It's funnier to me that way, chat. And realistically, that's all that matters. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. As the title indicates, no camera tonight, probably no camera tomorrow. I haven't been feeling spectacular, so trying to take it easy. I'm hoping that I will feel up to camera on Sunday, so that way we can do the pack opening, because that'll be the end of the season. But we'll play it by ear. This may be a very strange pack opening, and people will just have to listen to the audio as opposed to seeing my facial expressions if we happen to open anything cool. Now, as you can see, I did in fact get the next set of payout from the team, so we're closing in on, well, 9,300 coffee. Not the highest amount we've had going into a pack opening, but we'll see. I don't know that I'm going to hit the gold pack this season. As I mentioned before, I've been... I just had a bunch of days this season where I wasn't able to play. Or I wasn't able to play as much as I wanted to. I'm torn between... do I try and go for the gold pack, or as you can see, do I risk de-leveling out of Sum of All Fears 2? I'm leaning towards just try and go for the gold pack, but since I haven't been feeling well, I've just kind of not been playing, as mentioned. My brain really hasn't been up to it. We're going to try and play a bunch of games tonight, but also, as the title would indicate, probably just going to be talking a lot tonight. I need to just take it easy, take it slow kind of thing. So we'll try some games. We'll see how we do. Other than that, I see everybody in chat is very lively. But I appreciate the well wishes. I appreciate everybody. The kind words. Quick aside, everybody, before we get into the actual content, I was accepted into the Phobies Content Affiliate Program, the content creator program, you might call it. Shout out to the Phobies team, and thank you for that. But the reason I'm telling you, everybody out there, dear viewer, dear listener, is to let everybody know that I do receive some compensation from the Phobies team as a result of being part of that program. Now, I loved Phobies before, and I still love Phobies now, and I expect I will still continue to love Phobies in the future. So look forward to more Phobies content coming from Random's Thoughts. So now, on with the show. Just finish this point. So the reason I say that the level advantage stuff, you can't get away from people investing money in the game. Because obviously, if there was no advantage, like, the game is designed so that you get an advantage by putting in money, right? Or not nobody would do it, but way less people would do it. Yes, games like League of Legends or Dota exist on this model of you can solely buy skins. You could grind everything else and, like, you could just play the free rotation and stuff, but... and yes, there are other free-to-play games, but how many of those can feasibly exist? They inherently require a time investment. They inherently force you to treat them like a lifestyle game, because otherwise, if you're a free-to-play player, you're not going to advance quickly enough. It's kind of, it's how they work. People are really good at those sort of numbers, crunch them, and they get paid by these companies to ensure that that's how it works. We've talked about it a million times, so I'm not going to belabor it at this particular moment, but stress levels mean, phobie levels mean that you can make more mistakes. And that's why I was saying earlier that my async games, I absolutely just wing it. I do not put any effort into it. Occasionally I'll just say, hey, I load in, and it's the first async game I look at, and I'm like, hey, I have 8 keys. I haven't used Dozer in a while. Let me put a Dozer out there. Or, recently it's been Yeti, or, something like that. But I'm absolutely not trying to math out, well, if I play a Russell and then they get their, like, how likely are they to get a healing? How many turns am I going to get of it? Like, the actual calculations for that do not go through my head in async. I'm just clicking the buttons as fast as I can, because to me, async is a resource generator. I don't care about async at all. I don't get to play as much Arena just because I'm doing it on stream, but other reasons. Other real-life reasons that interfere with it, but I'm confident that I'm winning the vast majority of my games because I am just bludgeoning people with levels. And that's plainly... There's no excuse for the way that I play winning at this level without that being the case. There's just no two ways about it. This game cannot have an inner tournament as well for the... You have to set it level 1, but then people will mostly play that because of no level difference. We've talked about that before, and it is something I want to discuss tonight, but let's do this challenge from Doge first, and then we'll come back to that. Because I do absolutely want to talk about that topic, because Fright Night is a thing. And we've talked about it a few times, but not much. Just want to get these done real quick, Doge, before I forget. Alright. What the... This is new. This is a new screen. Huh. Well, it's Challenge the Streamer time. If you're watching this on YouTube, come by the live stream. Link for that in the Discord or in the description, where you submit game reviews or games to make it on Stream. Stream? Stream. Whew. Not feeling good, so words are difficult. I've actually had some people offline send me games to break down, and I'm like, please, just join the Discord. So, anyway, if you want to challenge a streamer, you got to come by the live stream, too. I would hope that one's logical. That one makes sense, because if it doesn't, or you're confused by that, I can't travel through time or do anything weird. I have no superpowers that anyone knows of, anyway. So the simple fact of the matter is I can't really play against you on stream if you don't show up on the stream. So, there you go. Hey, Taco, what's good? Spectator mode? Yeah, can you see? Is anybody spectating this? I know there's some people in chat that are on my frenemies. I'm sure there are people on Doge's frenemies. If you can spectate this game, I'm curious if it will notify us, because in other games I played, it will tell you that someone is spectating, which is good and bad. Like, there's reasons why that would be good. You're spectating at the moment? All right, there's no indicator, which is interesting to me. So, for the 420, 220... So Doge banked to 9. I'm a little concerned about this because I assume Chuck. I assume we're looking at a Chuck. We'll see. With the beard cam, so there's another streamer that I watch that because he streams during like his dinner hour kind of thing, he'll eat on stream, but he turns the cam off so people don't, because a lot of people find that kind of gross. But then he decided that when he turns the cam off, he drew a picture of himself in Microsoft Paint, and the guy's, like, really jacked. So it's this really stupid-looking Microsoft Paint picture. It's really funny. It's actually hysterical. You hate Overwatch, so many Smurfs? I could see that. There's no viewer icon in spectator mode. I think it's not to cause people to panic. That's why I was saying that. Get a bell pepper taco today. Bell pepper. Nice. Nice. My wife's grandmother... Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. My wife's grandmother is well known for her stuffed peppers. It's something that we both enjoy in general, my wife and I, stuffed peppers. So this will actually die. Normally I get this online, but it will die if I were to engage there. We're body blocking for the cassowary, for the record. You see levels and stats in spectator mode. Don't know. You'd have to ask DT. Or come spectate. I think you're on my frenemies list, Akune. I don't know. I don't know offhand. Excuse me. It'd be a useful thing to have, right? Access denied? Yeah, I get a little access denied gaming. Honda doesn't just think it, he believes it. He knows it. Yeah, you can just click on the phobia heart or whatever. Can you pull up anything else unique? Like, does it give you, like, the player stats or something? I don't know what the hell they would provide you, but, like, that would be kind of cool. I don't really like how any of this is going, to be honest with you, chat. We'll see. 500 coffee for the Jeeves avatar. Is that how much it is? You can click on the vault to see dead phobies for both players, too. That's good. I mean, I would imagine they'd give you that ability. I don't see why they wouldn't. You order a pizza and a McFlurry as well? Get that McDonald's sponsorship? That's a little annoying. Making my life difficult here, Doge. Making my life difficult. Question, where should I share an invite for Mech Arena so I can get beans for Phobies? Wait, what? I legitimately don't know what the hell you're talking about, Forgo. We gotta get something else up here. We'll go with this. I don't really like how this is laid out, but we'll swing with it. Choo-Choo Charles came out recently. Yeah, it came out today. I posted that in Discord. I was debating doing that for variety instead of Pokemon. Or if I can get my parts in time, maybe Darktide. To be honest with you, chat, I stopped doing the mobile video ad things. They just kind of annoyed me, and I don't know why. It's kind of... I don't know. I get they're for these other meaningless mobile games. Like, I don't know how it works behind the scenes with the agreements and the contracts and getting signed up for this stuff, but I imagine it's... They have this cluster of, for lack of a way to put it, like, junk games. And they pay games like Phobies to say, hey, if you add this integration, we'll give you money. Or something like that. I guess. I don't know. awkward. What am I trying to do here? Not even sure what I'm trying to do. Like, I'm debating locking this, but I don't really want to do that either. We could allow this to get diseased. I don't really want to. Are these gonna kill it for... I didn't count this up fast enough. Decided when to do the new Fright Night. I had plans for when I was going to do it, and then I got sick. So it completely got thrown up in the air. Part of the problem is, and we'll talk about this after the game, because that's one of the big things, and it ties into the earlier discussion of Kune. At this rate, because of the holidays upcoming, maybe I have to do it in the new year, which would suck, but I just don't know. Finally found a match. Got my favorite map. Life was good. Then match got canceled because someone left. Oh, no. Right, Xmas? I mean, we could do something during, like, the holiday week or something. I gotta look at the calendar, because we are very quickly running out of year, which may come as a surprise to a lot of people, but like, the year is ending pretty soon. Game. I was debating going, what's it called? Heartbreaker. But I think I needed to do it sooner if I was going to. I don't know if that's worth it. Whatever. Oh, Frosty. There's a Frosty the Snowman horror game that's similar to Five Nights at Freddy's called Frosty Nights. Is it a Roblox game or is it an independent game? Because everybody keeps suggesting Roblox games to me. There's also a Frosty the Snowman horror movie called Jack Frost. Is it actually about Frosty the Snowman? I learned yesterday that in addition to Deadly Night, which I've joked about before is basically Die Hard, but with Santa instead of Bruce Willis and John McClane, that there's also a horror movie coming out where Santa is just straight up seemingly a serial killer. I'm not real clear on the specifics. I don't know that I care to find out. Oh, that's bad news. If you have to do that, that's real bad news. It is a big panic point advantage, though. Big panic point advantage. Because I can just do this. Killer in the movie is a snowman, fair. I don't know that we can kill Doge this turn. We can certainly make an effort. We gotta try for the kill, right? I think the jar is just straight up out of range. It's 400. I don't know that it matters, but... Oh my god, we are just short. How much are we taking? We're taking a lot. I don't know if the math would have worked out better than if I took this panic point. Yeah, Drony's gonna save a panic point. I don't think we're dead, like, from damage, but I just don't want to take a ton in the event that, like, I don't know, Doge finds some way to stabilize here. I don't know how they do it. Only 4 keys, they won't reach. Basically, only these 3 Phobies can interact with our team. But, like, something weird like this could happen. Because we're going to take, what is it, 4 to 1, so 3... What are how much do these do right now? 200. Oh, we're only taking like 600. In my head, I keep thinking I'm going to take like, oh, I'm going to take like 1100 damage or something. GG, Doge. Not epic. Okay, one comment I will make about the new screen. I like the lights. I appreciate the snow. The Santa hat on Vendy. Ace. It's awesome. Green is online or async. Red is arena match. Okay. However, the snow is just too much. It just feels like it is way too obscured here. I don't know if anybody else feels that way, but it just feels like there's too much snow. Not necessarily the snow particles, but like the haze effect in front of it is too much. If your MVP was Piscetti, you definitely did something wrong. Yeah, the Piscetti response to the Crushmore, somebody else is doing that to me offline in an async, and it's not, on the same map, it's not working out. If they're playing a game, you can spectate. There's a view button instead of start. Interesting, okay. Surprised we haven't gotten any Christmas sales. I imagine they're going to happen literally around Christmas. I imagine that's when we're going to get them, if we're getting any. Personally, it feels like we are not that far removed from the previous sets, but I'm not going to complain about it. The soft mid-light effect is slightly too much. Yeah. It's just... Overall, it's too much. It's too much, but... Smiley is too slow for Moai. I just think you need... And this kind of goes back to what I was going to ask, Doge. Why did you pick Moai? And this is not to put you on the spot. But I am of the opinion at this stage that Moai is one of the worst maps in the game. Straight up one of the worst maps. I keep saying I'm going to do this map tier list, and one of these days I will. I kind of want to do it on stream. I kind of want to do it off stream. But Moai feels exceptionally stupid. You don't like any of the current maps? So, I'm not a huge fan of Crypto, and I imagine there's way more beauties and Blastos running around. I think Megalo is fine. Like, it's... When I say fine, it's not card game fine, where it's like, it's fine, and that's a synonym for it's awful. I think Megalo is an acceptable map. Fornacified is just bizarre. I still only have, like, maybe 5 games on it. I don't know. Detention is okay. Another fine map. Biff's Room is fine. I don't like and subscribe. However, which, by the way, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe. Seriously. I'm being serious. Hit the like and subscribe. I'm looking for more subscribers. Anyway. I don't like this map, but I think this map is acceptable. I haven't played Mount Blight yet. I expect it's going to be nightmarish. This map just seems like a disaster. It might be fine. You play for an ass fight with Digger? Sometimes. I have. But it's in the async games where I'm being super impatient, so I'm not properly clearing things with Gravedigger. Mount Blight, I don't know how to interpret it yet. I looked at it the other day, and I'm like, my brain can't handle this right now. Mount Blight is just point rush. It seems like it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points. That is a lot of panic points. It just seems... So... well, we'll finish this up. Moai, I think, is awful. Moai, I think, is the worst map in this pool, far and away. Like, leagues away. Orders of magnitude away. First game of that map is 11 turns on Mount Blight. Yeah, I could see it. Here's the thing about Mount Blight, though. And I, admittedly, like I said, I haven't played a game on it yet. Not played a game, haven't observed a game. Maybe we'll do that tonight. I don't know. Haven't touched it yet. However, we've talked about this in other contexts before. I think that there's value in having different map types. This is exactly how you get other, maybe not literally Mount Blight, but the idea of having these maps where it emphasizes, yes, you want the panic points. These other maps where it's, yes, you want to rush hard. Even though I hate Moai, that's the strategy on this map. Okay? Other maps, you fight the Phobies and you fight to the death. Those are all valid strategies, and yes, you could make any of those three work on basically any map, depending on the specific matchup, scenario, all those fun things. However, I think it's important to have a variety in the map pool, because this is exactly what encourages different Phobie use. While mobility of Snowball or Brony or even Mr. Tramples is relevant on most, if not all, maps, it is emphasized by having maps where you need to run around. When it's cramped maps, like Detention or Fornacified, the mobility still valuable, but less valuable, because you can just kind of get on things a lot of the time. And that goes the same for other Phobie abilities. Now, do any of these maps necessarily favor disease over a different one? Well, I guess that's going to be a function of, is Chuck or, you know, something that you want to disease good on this map, so therefore the counter Phobie, their stock goes up. I think it's important to have these unique play experiences for people to leverage their different collections, to test people's skills, ladder tournaments or otherwise, and we want to talk about tournaments too, as well as just getting people's brains engaged in a different way. People talk about staleness of Phobies. It's not, and I keep beating this point to death, like the horse is pulp. It is paste. It's just gone. It's reduced to atoms at this point. Maps will allow us to balance Phobies in ways that don't necessarily require balancing the Phobies, which I think is relevant. Does that preclude ever balancing Phobies? No, of course not. But I think it introduces interesting gameplay styles. Fornacified is my least favorite map. You don't like claustrophobic ones. That's fair. I think the devs just want to have aggressive play map. I mean, that's reasonable. I think games that devolve into trading one keys are boring, and that turns a lot of people off. Whereas if you have these cool plays, or at least quick games, so the game moves, and then, because that'll lead into the tournament discussion. I got to make notes to bring this up. I'm literally writing this down so we can talk about it. Game length in tournaments. Talk about that in a minute. I haven't seen anybody use Jeeves or Brony Christmas portraits. I'm unique. Yeah, you're the only person I've seen so far, Doge. I didn't call it out during the game, but yeah, shout out to Doge with the sweet Brony. I do actually like it, although we were talking about in Discord that the Brony avatar legitimately looks sad. I know it's not intended to be. I mean, for obvious reasons. Where is Brony? I know I'm scrolling through it kind of quick, but I should just look for the new one. Here's Brony. Like, the way its eyebrows are, especially in the hat, to me it looks sad. Like, it looks sad, which is funny. But I want tactics like Magnificent. Do you actually want Magnificent back, Kakune? I'm not sure which point you were responding to when I was talking about the different map types, I assume. Because if that's true, I liked Magnificent. I'd be fine with that coming back. Everybody out here on the leaderboard with Santa Electric Hats. I have it. I did unlock it. Brony has no eyebrows. We don't know that. This could be the hair, so it's like bangs. I prefer to look at them as enormous eyebrows. Like just colossally sized eyebrows. It's funnier to me that way, chat. And realistically, that's all that matters. Is amusing me. To be a little self-centered, a little conceited here, chat, a little full of myself. It only matters about my own personal entertainment and amusement. Nowadays, you want fast games. Phobies by design is chess. It cannot be fast, and if you want to promote aggressive playstyle, then you're just promoting one way of playing. You're always going to promote gameplay styles no matter what. And promoting a quicker gameplay pattern isn't necessarily bad. Strategic games can be played quickly and still be legitimate. As in, strategic decisions were made and did matter. So you could still have it and just truncate the game. Is that what's happening is another story. Like, that's a different question. And we're going to get to that. I don't even remember when is the last time Magnificent. It was the only time it was in the pool, as far as I know, when it rotated in. I could be wrong. I just want to play my buff Charon. I mean, Charon wasn't bad there. Although Honeybear beat Savadas using Honeybear and Charon in the Agora map? Really? I could see it, I guess, but like, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Agora either. Really wish the Mildred portrait had Mildred's actual undead head. Yeah, this doesn't look anything like Mildred. Like, I get the reference, but you know what this looks like? It looks like one of the Tremors from the horror movie, air quotes, horror movie Tremors, and the cat is coming out of its corpse or something. That's what it looks like. Cat in a death hole? Yeah. I'm playing Charon versus Juggernaut on Agora, still ongoing match. Like, how is Charon doing for you guys on that map? Because I thought about it, but I don't know. Alright, like the title said, we're probably going to be talking a lot tonight, chat. So, we might as well stay on this topic about the idea of strategic decisions and the maps impacting them. I don't know that it's a problem with speeding up Phobies. This is going to bleed a little bit into the tournament discussion, but I do want... I'll probably bring this up again when I go into the tournament discussion proper, when I talk about Fright Night. Rather see Mildred's big meaty hands holding onto the portrait instead of a cat in a pit. That's okay. Charon simply takes away 1 point to slowly deal 235 your opponent. That's the strat. I mean, you could probably turtle on that map pretty well. So, digression aside, every time I do one of these, it's always interspersed, and I debate taking out responding to chat in the video. So, YouTube, let me know if this is so disjointed when I do this that you can't stand it or not. But, we're talking about changing gameplay patterns. I don't think it's inherently problematic to... I do and I don't. I'm of two minds, and it kind of depends on a lot, but every game is going to favor certain things, and I don't think that a tactical or strategic game, or one that is both, is served poorly by having aggressive strategies, or even promoting an aggressive quicker game. For example, the issue with Hearthstone is absolutely not that Hearthstone games play quickly. That is not the problem with Hearthstone. That is not the problem with a variety of card games or other tactics games or strategic games that happen to have short game sessions, shorter game sessions compared to even within their own genre. That is, I don't think that's a problem. The issue with that, with Hearthstone or those other games, are other factors. So having those quicker things is not an issue. But as Hakune is pointing out in chat, in chess, a lot of strategies are equally played from top players. Just because the game accelerates, assuming it does, like, we're making a lot of assumptions here. So everybody listening in chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube, you're listening to this on YouTube, we're making assumptions here. So I'm not saying this is the way Phobies is going. Yes, I am part of the content affiliate program. They don't tell me this stuff. They wouldn't tell me this stuff. I have no inside information. I'm just saying, like, let's make an assumption that the devs want to accelerate the game, as evidenced by things like Mount Blight. And again, I haven't played it, but chat is saying these games go quick, and I can see why. There is still a late game. It's just that the late game becomes earlier in the game. So, like, let's say the average turn or average game on this map is 7 turns or something. I don't know. I'm just making up a number. I don't know how that would be possible, but... And then a long game is 12 turns. That doesn't mean that there isn't a late game. It just means that the game has accelerated. Now, that could be good or bad. That doesn't mean that that is healthy. That doesn't mean that it's good for the game, for the players, that that's what they want. But that doesn't change that it still exists. Now, it may eliminate some of the, you know, if you're trying to bank for your late game powerful Phobies, the Hevos 3.0, Heartbreakers, the Pterodat, whatever. You get the idea. All of those may now become obsolete, which is, again, you can debate whether that's good or bad. But it doesn't necessarily change that we're shifting things, like shifting the window of what is considered early game, middle game, late game. And maps can be faster or slower, and I think it's good to have a variety. And I don't think that necessarily, even if the majority of the maps were pushed towards, and I know there's a lot of comments in chat, so I'm missing stuff, but I'll come back to it. I don't think it's inherently problematic to encourage that, because the game needs players more than it needs to appease the players who want long, drawn-out games that will take days to complete, sort of thing. I'm exaggerating and a little hyperbolizing to a degree, but, you know, that is kind of the stereotype for people who want to, well, I want to outplay my opponent, I want it to be a really tight game, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, everybody says that, but not a lot of people actually want that. And realistically, if this is a mobile game, as we've said many times before, this is a pooping game for most people. They want to play games relatively quickly, and everybody wants to win. You can't have that because it's directly competitive, so something's got to give. There's a lot of factors. I think there's a lot of factors. But ultimately, I think that it's fine if the devs were to try and accelerate the game. I don't want to see it like the game is decided in 3 moves. But, you know, I want a 200 big brain. I want a 200 big brain turn game. I mean, and I believe you. In all seriousness, Hakune, I believe you. And like I said, I know there's other comments, but that was the latest one, so I saw that. But that might literally just be you. It's absolutely not just you, because I like that too. And there's other people that do as well. But not everybody is that way. They like having some of chess, but not the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's tough. It's tough. And we'll come back to this. So let me check chat real quick. I just scroll up. I get gold pack this season, I'm not picky. I just want Oculus. Give me Oculus. If it's not Oculus, I don't want it. I guess that I'm not picky. Yeah. Oh, wait. Tractor feels scary, too, on this map. I've been practicing a few with Shadow Force. What, on Mount Blight? I can see it. There's a lot of open area. That being said, if wherever Tractor is, you might be able to run away from it. I don't know. The more I lose against it, the more I hate 3.0. Always 3.0. No beauties, no attractors. Always 3.0s. They're everywhere. If you let your opponent 3.0, you messed up somewhere else. Yes and no. So here's the thing. For example, in the game that we just played, I was able to get the 3.0 online because there was no pressure elsewhere, which is what Hakune is getting at here. That if you allow your opponent to get something higher than, you know, we'll say 1 or 2 keys above standard generation. So if they are on a small map popping out a 4 or 5, on a big map popping out a 5 to 7, anything higher than that, it means that they put in significant amount of effort into banking, right? And if that's the case, the argument is, why weren't you punishing them board position-wise? So either you're bullying them to take the panic points so they can't bank as safely, or you are just crushing their phobies left and right, like your Conan. While I understand it in theory, I think that it is much more complex because there are a lot of maps, and this goes back to the map discussion, where you can stalemate it in a somewhat agreeable fashion where you might be losing, but you're losing by 1 panic point. And if you knew going in that you're going to bank, but your opponent doesn't, so there's a chance your opponent might bank, there's a chance they won't, but I know I'm going to bank. I could definitely feint, as in present the idea that I'm not going to bank, and engage and contest points and push the board and do this stuff. As long as I don't lose a ton of board position, and again, if I'm on like Biff's room and I'm down 2 to 1, if you invade me, I'm going to wipe you out. So the key is not necessarily there isn't really something you can do unless your opponent makes a huge mistake to stop them from banking in, I won't say a lot, but a significant number of scenarios. So that means that you need to be prepared for this by not maxing out yourself, or selecting phobies to ensure that you are executing whatever your game plan is that will try and pressure them. I don't think it's possible to always pressure someone in every scenario all the time. Every map, and I'm ignoring phobie levels here, because obviously if they way out level you, yeah, you're boned. What are you going to do? But if you want to pressure somebody on some of these maps where, you know, you can't necessarily pull them apart. I mean, even Megalo, like, if it's a 2 to 1 panic point advantage, what are you going to do? Run into this and group everything up so they can blow you up on the counterattack? And they're banking this whole time? Now, you should be able to bank yourself, but that doesn't really answer the question of how do I stop them from banking? You know what I mean? All right, I think we're caught up with chat. Unless Phobies releases a jammy fish that works in reverse. I'm curious if they'll ever do that. I assume no, because people will handle ramp, as in jammy fish, better than they will like land destruction, essentially, in the form of reverse jammy fish. Did I get the gold pack? I'm not even close on it. Well, actually, I'm sort of close. I was talking about it earlier. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I don't know if I want to put in the effort. Main problem is I don't have any phobies or any good deterring mechanicals. Ray and Erratic aren't going to cut it. 3.0 is one of the phobies that says no clear weakness. Overall, so good. The weakness is the support. So the way you kill a Hevo is you need to be spread out, right? Well, you can't spread out if they have other phobies. So you kill their other phobies. That's how you beat Hevo. And I'm not, like, trolling here. The times that I lose with a Hevo is where I'm pushed into a desperation Hevo, as in I have 9 keys, I need a Hail Mary, maybe my opponent groups up and I blow them all up or something, I don't know. Or I pop out a Hevo and then all my other stuff gets picked off and the Hevo's isolated, and like, Hevo can't be everywhere, and if it's just walking up to hit something once, yeah, it does good damage, but it's probably not killing anything, and then everything else collapses on it and blows it up. Bang for Terror that early was a mistake already. You gave an extra turn to Crushmore to sit there and create value. Oh, you're talking about the game we played earlier. Yeah, the problem is I don't know what the answer to Crushmore is, other than, like, you need to get a threat that's in position to hit Crushmore immediately. I don't know that Terror was bad, but I think Terror needed to go to the panic point, like, right away. Just so it's in position and it's difficult for me to assail it. Maybe we'll get a Phobie with the key ability too, like enemy can't spam. That would never happen, Onda. Real talk, if you could... Say you can't see Jammy Fish in here. I guess I could pull up the picture. Because I have it for the bot. But that's why I'm saying they will never have a land destruction sort of Phobie. Or I don't think they will. Because that would absolutely be miserable to play against. It would not just be hugely disruptive. Like, strategically, it might be okay. But it would be absolutely negative fun. People would go ballistic. You think people are shitting a brick over pick anything in the game right now? No, that will straight up get people to uninstall the game. Real talk. If they had one where you literally couldn't spawn Phobies, I would probably give up the game. Well, I take that back. That's extreme. That's very extreme. I would absolutely think about it. Like, take it under consideration of what I'd have to do. But the idea of your opponent blanking your turn like that is so oppressively powerful that I struggle to see a way that would be remotely healthy. I'm not very good at not grouping up. Chuck's whole thing is staying close to teammates. Yes. But I think, so, on Moai specifically, I think once somebody has shown that they're going for a heart push, you either need to know that you're winning the heart push, counter push, or you have to go all in on defense. You can't split. Like, you have to route their offensive, and then you can clean up, because otherwise you're just letting them pummel you. We already have that mechanic, block your own keyhole with gargles. Has anybody ever actually done that? I mean, I'm sure somebody's done it and undid it, but that would be funny. That's my least favorite part about 3.0. You can't immediately think of a weakness. The other 9 keys, for the most part, have a weakness. I don't agree with that. I don't think any of these inherently have a weakness in like, compared to the others. Like, Chuck, you could say, oh, well, I'll just connect with sheep. Yeah, good luck. Okay. I mean, yes, that happens. Or, like, I'll chase it down with a disease. But chasing this with a disease is the same as I'm going to chase this with a electrical. Smother Mother is melee, so melee weakness. I don't know about Akira. I don't know that Akira has a weakness. Smother Mother, I don't know, really has a great weakness either. Don't know what the thing is, Smother Mother's biggest issue is the same thing with all the other high-cost ones. It costs 9. Now, is it worse than these two? I don't know. I'll be honest, I legitimately don't know, because I value pull so highly. The thing is, if you have to pull, like, go in and Miss Moffat something, not pull and then whack it with Smother Mother, I don't know that that's good enough. I don't think that... That's generally not going to be good enough. That being said... Like, what is Hevo's base HP? I don't remember. I don't know what Smother Mother's base HP looks like in comparison to everything else off the top of my head. Chuck is one of the more balanced among 9 keys. Ask a bunch of people who don't have Chuck. I promise you they will say otherwise. That may or may not be true. That may or may not be true. But I'm confident if you stated that opinion in the main Discord, people would just dogpile you. You may not be wrong, but the internet loves to dogpile. Realistically, I think Phobies is way more balanced than... I haven't, truthfully... I think new players have a hard time facing Chuck. I think people with small collections have a hard time fighting insert Phobie. Legitimately, you could name just about any Phobie in the entire collection once you start talking about, like, relevant things, which probably starts at, like, 4. Arguably Jar as well. You start out with Murderwing, but until you get Snowball or something. And even then, if they're underleveled. Once you start talking about relevant Phobies, and when I say relevant, like ones that are significantly game-changing, collection issues really rear their head. 2,200 on the Hevo. So this is 200 less, which is notable. Chuck's gimmick, that's the crazy gimmick, is the range. Like, that's the thing. Now, Hevo's damage, truthfully, is not... If you go look at the level 1 stats, it's actually, quote-unquote, low. You can't see me doing air quotes right now, but it's low when you think about it. And you look at some of the numbers. Especially if you are not... Or specifically if you are not hitting multiple targets, which you may or may not be able to engineer. I think Phobies is a very balanced game. The problem is when people think balance, a lot of the time they're subconsciously thinking that literally every Phobie needs to be as useful as every other Phobie. And I would agree, that is not true. That is absolutely not true, and I don't know that it will ever be true. Because the amount of... While that's on an infinite timeline, is it possible? Sure. Are we going to do it in this lifetime? No. The devs, would they love to? I'm sure they would, but it's not worth the effort. It's legitimately not worth the effort. And I know that may come as a surprise to people, or people may not be happy to hear that, but it's not worth the effort to buff existing Phobies. That is effort that's much better put towards improving and creating new Phobies. He can't snipe if you're right in front of him. Yes and no. The difference with Chuck is it's not just a... It's like a Borderlands sniper rifle where it has vampirism on it. You know what I mean? It's not just Chuck as a sniper. It also is gonna drain life. That's relevant. That's very relevant. Alright, chat, we're back. Although you can't really tell since the camera's not there. But you can see me controlling things now. I'm just going to kind of leave this game in the background. Got some more stuff to go over. So, I wanted to spend some time talking about tournaments tonight. I don't know if we're going to do that literally right this second, but I did want to put an idea out there to kind of whet everybody's palate, so to speak. So one of the things that I was planning to do was try and get Fright Night up and running, like, literally next weekend. But that would have required getting a bunch of stuff done this week to announce everything so people have time to prepare. And, well, this whole week went to hell in a handbasket for me very, very quickly. And the near future, unfortunately, seems to be in the same boat. So, one of the things that threw me for a loop in general was the introduction of the spectator mechanic. So we didn't have that for previous Fright Night, so I couldn't do what typically happens in tournaments. Now, I'm speaking from a card gaming tournament perspective. That is, you would usually choose a feature match. So the entire round starts at the same time, but somebody gets selected as a feature match, and then they are put on stream. Or they are separated from everybody else, and then there are people talking about... Wait, has Klepto always had a jackalope head as one of the things it shows? I don't remember that. Anyway, so since we didn't have the spectator, it was always, and that's why I did Fright Night number 3 in the way that I did, starting the round and starting the stream a little later, so that way there were games that were finished, so that way I could observe some games. I was actually intending for Fright Night number 4 to not even get streamed. Well, it would get streamed in the sense that I would do it later, like after it finished, because Fright Night number 4 is going to be a little more disjointed. The intent is that I'm going to have multiple smaller single elimination 8-person events and have quicker turnover, and they would be at different points during the day, so that way people in different time zones wouldn't have to play at, weird hours. There would be some caveats with it where basically, and I didn't iron this out yet, but either if you won or just straight up you cannot sign up for multiple events. Obviously introduces some other possible problems and wrinkles, but the idea was that it would allow for people to, not eat up the slots for someone in a different time zone that, quote-unquote, needs it. The question for the stream, and by the time this goes up on YouTube, we'll probably have already come to a decision, but feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you want me to do live commentary of the games? Would after the fact be fine? I'm just curious what people think, because I could more quickly get Fright Night number 4 underway by simply setting up the events and saying, here are the dates, go play, and then I look at the games after the fact, because then I don't have to worry about scheduling, my own life around it, that sort of thing. Versus if we were to have live commentary, okay, now I obviously have to be there, so I need to be able to do it. I gotta organize stuff with my wife, I gotta make sure that I'm not working, I gotta do all this other stuff, kind of like what I did for the other event. Now, the other event, I mean, it's fine doing the after-the-fact stuff. I just was thinking, well, this way, if I'm not live streaming it, A, I don't think it really made much of a difference with the old format, and B, it just made things a lot simpler. Because I could administer the event without having to be live. It made things more complex to try and run the stream and run the tournament at the same time. So yeah, let me know what you think. Like I said, either on YouTube or if you're here live on chat, because I'm curious. I don't know which I'm going to go with. Things are getting delayed, and at this rate, I don't know. Because there's, let's see. If it's not next weekend, then it's Christmas and New Year's. I'm not running the event on Christmas or New Year's. I'm telling you right now. I don't really want to do it on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. That just seems not smart. So it would have to be the 17th or 18th, and I don't think I'm going to put everything together that quickly. So it might have to wait until the new year. We'll have to see. If we're going to do not doing it live, then maybe I can do it 17th or 18th. Possibly. If we're going to do it live, it's probably going to have to wait until the next year. I don't know, just thinking out loud here. I wanted to get it up and running, but just real life conspired against me, so. But yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to, that's why I kind of want to try Darktide. Choo Choo Charles could be on the list. There's a variety of things for variety. Maybe I'll just do some of these offline, like I keep saying. I have some time off at the end of the year from work, like real work. So maybe I can fill the time with that. We'll play it by ear. But let's get in there, chat. But yeah, I have some other ideas for Phobies content. I have to build up a... So, I don't know how other content creators do it, as far as like how they come up with their ideas, but I'll often come up with ideas and I'll scribble them in a notebook or on scrap paper and stuff, take notes in different places. I'll be like, oh, this is a cool idea. But then when I sketch it out and I only have 2 to 5, we'll say, episodes of the thing, it doesn't feel like enough. Like, I want 100 kind of thing where I could keep doing it. especially for certain types of content. So if I'm going to do something about each phobie, I need something for every phobie. And there's tons of them where I'm like, I don't really have a hook for this, so. Wonder what I'll get since I probably won't get gold. I don't know. I could push for gold. We'll see. Glopster or Blue Speed Olo would be epic. Blue Speed Olo would be cool. Once I learned, and I learned this months ago, once I learned that Clopster can't one-shot a jar on level, my interest in Clopster cratered. It's verging on non-existent. Now, don't get me wrong. Hey, Mount Blight. All right. Here we go, chat. What do we got? So we can snipe snowballs depending on where they send it. Good luck. We'll need it. Doom would be funny. I wouldn't mind Doom. Like, I don't... Yes. There are phobies I want more than others. I'm not going to lose any sleep over getting, you know, a decent one over whatever. I don't know. It's fine. There are a lot of phobies I like. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, chat. Blondie is probably the phobia I've seen the least. Yeah. I haven't seen too many Blondies. That's why I think tournaments and level 1s will really bring a lot of these other phobies to the forefront. Of course, some of them will always be niche, but it alleviates some of it. 5, 9, 7 somehow. Can't reach. Blondie was the only AoE debuffer before Bad Omen, yep. I mean, I think Bad Omen's gonna eat Blondie's lunch to a large degree. So we're going to lose the cowbell. They could take this down at the bottom, but I don't know that I care. Possibly lose the Contortio too, but again, I don't know. I haven't put any thought into this map. As I mentioned earlier, I looked at it and I'm like, this is insane. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I don't know that you want to do that with the Poison Ivy. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure I can kill that trivially if you go in. So this put a trap somewhere. Oh, that's a boss. Alright. That's not good. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, does this live somehow? Because that would be weird. Yeah, I don't really know what my answer to boss is yet. I think right now I'm going to try and play the panic points and then go from there. So boss takes the top one, Henrietta takes the other top one. We should have daisied from the top. That was a mistake. What level is that boss? It is a level 8. Perhaps Smiley or Foul connecting, kill that boss quick. It's not going to be quick, but yes. Foul is a decent answer. I don't like... This map seems way too big and open for Smiley. I can't trap the boss in a meaningful way. Yes, I could have tracked her hypothetically, but... I feel like we're asking a lot to happen here. This seems odd. Like, they could have sent this here and this here. Okay, I was gonna say, like, that is completely safe. Seemingly. Yeah, it's extra damage, but it's not that fast. It's still gonna take, like... I mean, how much did I just looked at it and I forgot. I think it was like 450? 420. Funny number. This takes like 630. It's gonna take a while. Foul disease plus dimensional boost equals dead in 3 to 4 turns. That takes a while. That's not fast. It's faster than a lot of things, don't get me wrong, but I'm not talking an exceptionally speedy demise for this thing. This needed to be here. Or it could have been up here. Like, ugh. So we need a bank for the, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got a bank for, what's it called? Did Jin sting with Contortio? Oh, yeah, you're right. Game. Thanks, chat. I'm not paying attention. Playing attention? Oh my god, I can't talk. I can't play. Chat, brain is mush. They can kill this Daisy, but I think that's fine. Air quotes. You could disease boss with Pischetti. I can't immediately, though. I mean, I could have last turn. Oh, no, it doesn't have it? Really? I thought it was like Foul, where you can't do it the first turn. I didn't realize that. Yes, I could have diseased it right away, then. That was my bad. Told me many times. Pischetti is absolutely not a phobia I think about. I assume when people say, oh, you can hit it with Pischetti, that chat is memeing. But even then, we're talking, what, it was 280, so... like, we're not doing a lot of damage. It's like, alright, 80 turns from now, we'll be able to kill boss. Great. Fantastic. Super excited. Obviously the play. Yeah, I think Funky Chicken is the play. I don't think we Pischetti there. Hmm. Come on. You here? The tractor's gonna die. Need a tractor to just leave. God damn it. Wow, that does so much damage. Alright, so what we're going to do is try and bait them with the jar. Because if they want to come in and get this, they need to kill it with the boss. And then that says, okay, you're going to get funky chickened. Because you have to be right here. So, like, this is intentional, and I can yoink it. We should have positioned Daisy better, but I'm not thinking right tonight, so... Yeah, the jar could absolutely die here, but they have to... They gotta want it. You gotta want it. I can still get this, can't I? Like, we yoink, we kill this, we disease? I'd end up losing a tractor in the process, but... You're fired up? No. I don't know that this is actually worth it. We're going for it. So they can get a tractor, but... whatever. I'm tempted to go Ray here. We could also do this. You just need to pop the funky chicken now to pressure the boss? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Been rewatching Johnny Bravo. I never watched that show. I mean, I'm sure I've watched it at some point, like it was on a television that I was actively looking at. But I don't recall watching that show ever. That's not enough damage. It's gonna live! The foul, it lives! The funky chicken persists. Amazing damage from Motherload. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. I mean, the funky chicken is dead, right? Like, we're not doing anything further, but it's still funny. I don't know that we're actually ahead here, chat. I mean, we're ahead on damage, but they still have over 5k health. They still have these. They're not insignificant advantages here. Oh yeah, we're killing the Ivy. Well, there is an argument to maybe go after one of the other things. Like, go after one of these. But, I mean... Do I even need to move it? Possibly leave it there? So your fired is live. Your country appreciates your sacrifice, funky chicken. True. So we can't... Your fired is live, so I can't, like, get close to anything. I think I want to bank. We're going to be ahead on panic points temporarily. Obviously, our opponent's going to do something about it. This can't reach anything. I think we're okay for now. This map is interesting. Yeah, we were talking about it a lot earlier, Alan. I don't know how I feel about it yet. This is my first game on it, so when I say I don't know how I feel about it, I legitimately don't have a feeling yet. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good God. Boss got chicken 19. Beard man is in the mood. Yeah, like, I'm not... I am ill, but I'm in a decent mood. I'm in a good mood. Yeah, I think that... I don't know how I feel about that map. I want more Phobies a part of the Brony lore. I think Brony and Muffin Top are connected. They could come from the same universe of, like, whatever's generating them. I can't decide if Brony is, like, the obvious thing, or if it's a double deep cut, and it's, come to Candy Mountain, Charlie. Anybody remember that weird animation? Yeah, Leapercarn. They're all the breakfast cereal, or just like the breakfast Phobies. How many more games do I need? 17 games. So, by the time this goes live on YouTube, the contest will be well over, but I kind of want to participate in this contest. I don't think I'm going to, because I don't think I'm going to have time, but I think this is a cool contest. I actually really like this one way more than the others. While the others... Now, don't get me wrong, I think the design of map and stuff like that were cool ideas, and I think they should continue to do that, honestly. Maybe not as many, but like have one winner and then the next expansion will feature that map or something. I think that's a cool idea. But I think this one's actually really good. I like this one a lot. I love Brony and his animations. He's such a funky little demon horse. True. True. So that last game, chat, is actually an example of collection issues. What exactly does somebody do if they don't have Val? Just play the map and run away from them? Oh, we're back on this map, so we'll see if we get another boss opponent or not. If Brony did have an attack animation, I can imagine instead of like some sparkly rainbow thing, instead its nostril just splits open into a jaw, so it's kind of like Ring of Pain. Chat, what the hell is this? Real talk, what the hell is this? What is happening right now? Yeah, I guess this person's just trying to finish games. This is probably not even the most efficient way to do it, but I don't know what the hell I'm looking at right now. I mean, I could have killed it with Gesundheit, for that matter. Honestly, wait. Real talk, chat. Is Gesundheit good on this map? You would think no, but Gesundheit right here covers 3 panic points. Brony's whole design is that it's a false unicorn, it's a demon horse. I think it's just a reference to the obvious. Alright, chat. Like I said, I wasn't really taking a very long break. I'll take an actual break in, like, another 20, 25 minutes or so. But yeah, Gesundheit might actually be decent on this map. I don't know. Because a Gesundheit here, or here, and obviously the mirrored points, covers 3 panic points. Only 1 is a neutral, and none are offensive. So, is it that good? I don't know. But it's something to consider. I mean, of course, Murder Wing could do the same, which is obviously more significant. But is there a button on the keyboard to undo? Not that I've found, but if you hit escape, it does interact with the UI. So I'm not, like, here's the cursor. It will do X's, but I don't know how you do undos. There's no keyboard mapping or anything, so, I mean, I might be able to, if I combed through the files, like the game files, there might be something in there, but I could also just ask. You know what I mean? Like, ask in the main Discord. I was practicing with Shadow Force, and she used Gesundheit there pretty well. I could see it. I could see it. High Five is definitely good on that map. What, on this one? I don't know about that one. Actually rushing the heart on this map, I don't know. I'm of two minds because, yeah, like, the keyholes are next to the heart, so you can immediately get on it, like, defensively. Plus, it's so open that, you know, you could retreat. It's a very open gate, we'll call it, to get to the heart. It's not like Moai, where there's choke points to minimize where they can get at you. This is like, there's a space here, there's a space here, 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 here. They could put stuff on here. They could be coming from, you know, like, if something was up here, it could swing in from behind. It just feels like there's a lot of things that could happen. Yeah, I could see wanting High Five because you know, if you're already pressuring the heart, I'll get High Five and I'll close the game faster. I don't know that that's going to work out. Like Gravedigger or Mount Crushmore to give more spaces? Well, I mean, you could just have range guys. If High Five is on your heart, I expect it's only going to get one hit. Because either it walks up and hits immediately and then dies, or it walks up, tanks a ton of hits, barely survives, and then hits. Well, then I guess it would get 2 hits, but you get the idea. I haven't seen a lot of random rare Phobies. I don't see Blondie or Octonauty. Wait until Xylo's back. You'll see a lot of Octonauty. Maybe not a lot, but you'll see Octonauty. Yeah, DT has supported the Octonauty play in the past. Octonauty's not bad. I don't see a problem with it, but if you're on a small map... Ooh... Ooh. Alright, this is actually super awkward, chat. I don't really know how we deal with this. This can walk right up, I just realized. Ugh. Well, I guess we kill it with this, then? I don't know if this is enough of a deterrent. I guess it is. Real talk, Bad Omen makes the math for a lot of things super awkward. Kind of like all of this. This is all super awkward now. This does 8. Problem is, if I go here, this and jar kills me. I didn't really want to go this one drop, but it's too late now. So I should not have put the trap here, because they're going to be able to black cap both of these. What I should have done was just back this off to, like, here, and then put this on here, because this is really bad. Can Bad Omen target the heart? I don't know, but I assume not. I don't think it's impossible that it could, because it just needs a target. And like, are there any other abilities that impact your opponent's phobies that cannot target the heart? We could probably just test it with, say, Woolly Bully or something. Like, it doesn't make sense to target the heart as from a game rule perspective, but obviously from a strategic perspective, it can make sense. Maybe it could work like a tractor repeller. Yeah, that's what I assumed you were going for, and that does make sense. That logically makes sense. You have to find a way to kill this freaking thing. Like, we gotta get it off the board, or life gets really complicated. So they're gonna kill this, they send the cowbell up there, and then defend with this, and I can't reclaim this easily. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for Bad Omen to be able to target the heart, but that doesn't mean that it can't. I would agree, but that, you know, I don't want to say weirder things have happened, although they clearly have, but maybe not in the context of phobies. So they've maxed. Is this a Russell game, chat? It might legitimately be, because I don't know what they do from here that I care about. So this can hit, this can hit. Go here.
Russell!
The whole Russell action. A little bit of funky germ. We're gonna bank for Russell. We're gonna bank for Russell. We don't really have a pressing need to do anything right this second. Why are they not taking any of these panic points? I don't get it. I mean, they might do it next turn when I pop out Russell. I don't even know the Russell's good here. Russell's probably really bad, truthfully. But they're daring me to kill something right now. One AoE freeze? What is it that you hate most about fun? I mean, that might be fine. I don't know. So you can hit with this, this, and this. Come on, this is 6, 11. We can't kill the Jin Sting with this and this, basically, is the problem. Opponent is just like, what the hell are you doing? Look what your careless hands have wrought! Twitch is good for that, or bad for it, I guess. Alright, so Russell is just taking an absolute beating here, but, I mean, whatever. Real talk, chat, I'm considering not popping Russell yet, and just going for the AoE here. It would be bad, because I can't kill these two, but it'd be funny. Like, we hit this twice, kill it, you move up, you AoE, but I don't have anything else in range to clean these up, that's the problem. They banked him 9, though. Like, that's the big issue, or one of the big issues here. We're not in great shape. Yeah, 3.0 could come out and we'd be in real bad shape. I know this doesn't kill it, but they can't stay here now. They have to leave with the Jin Sting as opposed to just killing my Murder Wing. But yeah, they have way more keys left than I do as far as relevant things. So this will die to a trap, for what that's worth, if it goes in. It could come after this instead. They could power down these two, and that would be awkward. But they have to heal this. I mean, I guess they can muffin. Then I'll kill it anyway. Ooh! I don't think you can Zamboni on the first turn, though. Oh, they almost blew me out with that Zamboni! But you can't! You can't do it! You can Clinico, though. That's problematic. Like, that's an actual issue. Yeah, you can't clutch his Zamboni there. Oh, God, this does 45 damage. Good lord. I think we've got like one more turn, and then we're in doo-doo. We're in trouble after this turn. They could just Heart Rush from here, kind of thing. A unicorn needs a mask, his mouth is too big, the germs come right in. Yeah. Rough life. That didn't need to die. It probably didn't need to go after this. I was originally planning on sending the cassowary up here, and then I changed my mind. Oh my god, we can't kill it. Oh my god. There might have been a way to do this differently, but whatever. I don't care, chat. We're just doing things. I don't care. I hack the games. You can play snowballs and paddles the same turn, kill the Gin Sting. Easy play. It's true. Easy game, easy life. Like, they could kill the Russell, but they gotta sink everything into it, I think. 924. Yeah, they gotta put both on it. Like, double hits from this, or a hit from this, double hits from this, or something like that. What level is the Russell? 10. $254 poison damage. A whopping. Oh no! That's actually really bad. That's actually really bad. I don't know that we can kill this stuff in time. I'm not gonna lie. Russell! Okay, maybe we can, chat. Maybe we can. I take it all back. I take it all back. Oh, God. I mean, Brony might actually have been lethal. No, because it would have only been a 2-to-1 panic point advantage. Still would have been bad. Like, it would have been scary, but we might have been okay. Russell carried me? Doesn't Russell always? Well, not always. Not always, but yes, Russell carries me. Russell is absolutely a carry, Phobie. GG. And just like that, chat, we take it. We did manage to beat Black Cat. Bad omen. Not bad. I'll take that. That one was kind of stressful. Russell was actually 3.0 in disguise and 3.0 carried you like it always does. I mean, yeah. You're not wrong. In all seriousness, though, I do agree that Evo 3.0 is very good. I know I've been back and forth on it, but part of the reason that I got 2 Diamond Jack, I legitimately didn't even notice. I don't pay attention to the Jacks. I know I say that about a lot of things, but I just click through the Jacks. For me, I really like Evo because it's just it's an all-purpose high-end. So, while Russell is clearly the other end of the spectrum, it's very niche, very specific, pointed purpose. Hevo is like, oh, I have 9 keys. Hevo, there are very, very few scenarios where Hevo is going to be bad. And there are ones where it will clearly excel. So that's why I like utilizing it, because most of the time it makes your opponent work very hard. So I'm fine with using it as an all-purpose thing. If I had Chuck, truthfully, I'd probably use Chuck in a very similar fashion, because I think Chuck dictates the game to your opponent. Smother Mother, to a lesser degree, can do that, but because of the melee, it does make life complex. Brony is across the world of Spectrum. It's fitting the one-trick pony Phobie is a literal horse. Yeah. Yeah. Chat, what do you think of the holiday jingle? I like the Halloween one more. Level 11 Brony? Yeah, I've been leveling up Brony offline. I gotta do some more leveling, as you can see. Gotta do some more leveling. Jax also have a Christmas theme song. Yeah, I really I don't, well... It's hard for me to say that I dislike it. I actually got 3 diamonds, apparently. I don't know. I like the Halloween one much better than this one. I wish it was more like Carol the Bells. That's a good Christmas song. Yeah. I haven't been using a lot of tramples. I want to use them more. I don't know what scenarios you want tramples in. Because your opponent... If you look at it from the perspective of... Let me pull tramples up. You're, like, almost never going to connect with multiple things, right? Well, maybe 2 things, but then you'll probably lose tramples. So, if you look at it from that perspective, then what does he do? Well, he dictates your opponent's positioning. Okay, that seems good. But, can't you do that with other stuff more easily? I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Tramples seems like one that's square peg, round holing it a lot of the time. As compared... Now, I don't think Tramples is bad. But I think it's an answer in search of a problem. I mean, but the difference is this costs 7 and is an all-in-one package, whereas the Speedolas, yes, they're 2 bodies, but they also cost 11. So... If you're not on a big map, that's probably not happening. I don't know. Maybe they are. I don't know. Until I get the other Speedola and get it up to the appropriate level, it's kind of irrelevant. I haven't really thought about it. Truthfully, chat, I don't think about phobies that I don't have. I mean, I think about them in the context of, oh, I'm playing against it. What do I need to do? But I don't really strategize. What am I going to do when I have the blue Speedola or... before I had other ones, pick a Phobie. Because, unless it's something obvious, you know, I wanted Bluelian to counter Noxious. Especially at this point, most of those Phobies are not going to be usable for months. Plural. Because say this weekend I open Hematic Ginsting. This thing still doesn't exist to me, other than it's screwing me. So here's the problem. Say I open Hematic Ginsting. I need to get it leveled, so I need the upgrade cards. And the experience to go along with it, of course. But if I'm getting the upgrade cards for it, that means I'm not getting upgrades on my existing Phobies. To get them to higher levels so I can compete better. So it's actually hurting me by getting this. Until it's ready to go, which, again, unless I get really lucky... is going to be months to acquire the XP, to get the upgrade cards. It's just the way it works. I'm in a weird plateau where the Phobies that I use are the Phobies I'm going to use, with exception. You know, like there's some minor things where I could use High Five. It's under leveled by a little bit, but it's not unreasonable. But if I were to get Boss this weekend, I can't use it. I don't think this is good enough at level 1. I mean, maybe it is. Now that I'm looking at the numbers, it might actually be good enough, because this is 500 base damage, which is a good amount, and then over 2k health. It goes up to what, like level 3? I don't know. There's a number of Phobies that I wonder, like, would my Blasto be good enough? I don't know. It's tough to argue even a level 1 boss going into opposing level 11, 12, 13 to 15 Phobies. Yeah, High Five and Dozer have a ton of HP. Ton of HP. I'm with you, chat. What the hell is happening in this game? What did I come back to? I don't know. Is this a quest game? Like, what is happening? Why? Guess the 8 keys trade. They spend most of their time banking. So it was the StarCraft 1 gentleman's agreement of 15 minutes, no rush. We're just going to battle cruisers and carriers it out. Doesn't seem like a quest game. I guess maybe it was just for the lulz. This is the exact problem with trying to identify relevant statistics for this game, chap. Because, in all seriousness, let me ask your opinion, chat. In YouTube, when this gets up on YouTube, this game will be gone, so you probably can't see it, and I'm not going to leave it in. You're just seeing... I'm not going to have 10 minutes of silence while I was taking a break. But, if you saw this board state, do you count this as a quote-unquote real game? Like, the players were actively trying to win? I mean, of course they were trying to win, but, like, do you count this as a legitimate game that it would count for statistics towards Phobie win rates or map win rates or whatever? Since somebody scooped, I don't even know who won this game. Because Dragon seems to be in a really strong position, but it's triple panic point advantage. Oh, there's 5k health left. Never mind. Clearly Dragon takes this, right? I'm just going to spawn Firkin to counter that Heartbreaker. On this map, 100%. Because what are they going to do? Hide it in this corner? Now, realistically, that isn't awful because they can move it up and then yoink something. You know, there's no abyss, but you could hide it in a corner and then you have enormous reach. You should write that up for the contest, dogewhal. I'm not going to read... Well, I guess Jack can read it. I was going to say, I'm not going to read it out so nobody will steal your idea, but... Oh, I'm tired. But yeah, that was a weird game. I don't know. I would love to have more Phobie statistics, but... it's hard to do it. Lobster is actually the on-to counter. You snipe his kaboom. I guess, if you want to eat their... In general, I mean, this isn't really... I know you're making a joke, Doge, but, like... Can't even snipe kaboom? Let's see. 400 health. Yeah, you probably can't. Nope. 380. Lol. Lol. I'm telling you, Klopster is not good. I think Klopster is a great ladder Phobie. Because if you have Klopster, and you have it at decent levels, getting that thing in there to just snipe things is awesome. But Klopster is... it can't one-shot non-level jar. That's the biggest indictment for me. Now, should it be able to? I don't know. Like, that might be imbalanced, but... the fact that it can't means what purpose does it serve? It obviously has to have low damage output because it can basically cross the entire map. But I don't want to spend 4 keys for something that's just going to backcap panic points. I think Klopster is another Phobie that's in the realm of it just can't be better because the package as is would be too dangerous. For example, think about it if this had, and I'm just making up numbers, but say it did 500 damage and then had commensurate lower health. Say it only had like 1300 health. I mean, that might actually be bad still, but Say it was a glass cannon that could just reach things from anywhere. You can never protect a Phobie kind of thing. Is that healthy to have? I'd have to think about it. Because on paper, it doesn't sound horrendous. There's a trade-off. You have something reasonable. But, I don't know. I feel like the worst part is comparing Clopster to Mully Bully. I don't think that's the comparison. Because Clopsters, you don't... I mean, you care about... They both have burrow. But it's not the burrow. It's just the range. The range is the thing. Nothing else has this kind of movement range. I mean, I guess hypothetically a 3-mover and paddles, but that's obviously a 2-Phobie combo and way more than 4 keys. Comparatively, Clopster is just supposed to be this super mobile thing. Just don't know if it's good enough. Alright, more Electric Cat opponents. What do we open here? Is this a Gravedigger map also? I mean, it kind of is, but not really. I kind of want to try Gravedigger. Does Paddles buff Clopster's burrow? No. That comes up every once in a while, somebody asks, but no, you can't do that. Impossible. Excuse me. This was gonna happen. I don't know if it was worth doing this. Really wish Heartbreaker had friendly fire. How would that even work? Imagine teleporting your own... Oh, you mean just so you could teleport your own Phobies? That would be busted. I don't think that would be healthy. The only way to move your own Phobies is with Akira. It would be interesting to have, like... I mean, is a Scooch Phobie, for lack of a better way to put it, you know, a Phobie that you move one of your Phobies once, right? Is that significantly different than just simply having paddles? Is it just another paddles? I don't know why they did this. I'm gonna murder their Jin Sting. Yeah, they just realized. I'm like, I'm gonna hit it twice with this, and pop out a jar or a what's it called? Snowball. There is a difference. So what is the difference between extending the movement range? I guess so there are minor differences. For example, you could, hold on, I'm thinking about something. Fuck. So if you had a Phobie that pushed one of yours one space, you could attack twice with something and then, like, yoink it or boop it out of range of your opponents. Like, that would be useful. If you're specifically talking about Heartbreaker teleporting things, I don't... That just... Like, being able to yeet something from the other end of it. Like, imagine yeeting a freaking high five onto their heart from, like, here. That seems ridiculous. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about, dogewhal, where, like, the double attack thing. That part makes sense. You really want a teleporter phobia? Well, that's kind of what we're talking about. I don't think you're going to get one that literally will teleport anywhere, any distance. Like, that's a little much, but I could absolutely see something moving something one space. I think any more than that is probably extreme. This might be dead. I'm not sure. 3, 6... This is probably dead. 382. Wow, it lives by 1! Chat, it lives by 1! How mad is this guy? This guy is pissed! I just yelled that into the mic. I'm sorry for everyone's ears. If you're wearing headphones, rip. That guy was so mad! The tilt. I'd be pissed. New record. No, we already had the heart at 1 health. It can only be matched, cannot be broken. If I were them, I'd bank. But I mean, we've talked about this a lot. Yo, that guy is mad. They also did. Whoop. They also didn't attack this. Oh, they did. They did attack it. They can break this. Move up. Let's back off for now. Russell! Well, we can't rustle right now. How's the rustle sound, Chad? Is it too much? Too loud? What do you think? I should have expected a trap there, truthfully, but whatever. It's a 1 drop. They're born to die, so to speak. What is this on the ground, chat? Like, what are these supposed to be? I guess this is supposed to be a gymnasium, so these are like medicine balls. Yeah, you can see them hanging from the ceiling and over here, too. I just kind of noticed these and wasn't looking at these other ones. I guess they're just like random balls in the gym. Do you think Phobies would be cool, the teleporter ability? I would rather a teleporter tile than a teleporter Phobie. Imagine the Russell Redeem was in British instead. Like, just with an accent? I don't know. Nat Geo, right now, we can see 2 grave... Now, if you look carefully, we can see 2 Gravedigger in nature. In Minecraft creative mode. I don't know what they're waiting on with the Gravedigger. Oh, because they broke this. I didn't even think about that. Like, why did they do that? Alright, can I kill this? 15? I might be able to kill this. Got him! Hashtag got him. I'm sorry, bad guy, but I gotta do it to you. I gotta do it to you. That's what I said. Set up a teleporter in a destination with a 2-3 tile radius that Phobies can walk on to get teleported. That's more reasonable, because that it got mixed in with the discussion of the Heartbreaker thing. That's why I wasn't sure. Doge. That's way more reasonable. For the record, Dozer, incorrect choice, but I don't care. What level is my Dozer? 12. I've been foolishly leveling this thing up. I almost never use it. Oh no, chat, this could actually go poorly because I'm memeing. wait, hold on. We don't have to do that. We're gonna wait in case I want a muffin, because we really need to preserve these two. And I don't think we're going to. 696 from level 8 gains a lot in 4 levels of 764. I mean, it's percentage based, so yeah. Kill the Gin Sting, yeah. Break the obstacle in front of Dozer. Oh, do it. I see what you're saying, yeah. Because we could have saved this more easily. That would have been a better play on it, but I'm just... We're clearly memeing. We're just memeing. Bad guy's got to find a way to get around Big Doughboy here. So I dropped this because I was trying to just ensure maximum coverage for the Innocuous. No, I think it, in all seriousness, like, your play is way better. So this is why I saved the extra key. Not necessarily for this, but, like, because of something weird like this happening. So do we want them to lay into Dozer? This is 1,000. Say, wait, that's 5. 4 is 9. 6 is 15. 5 is 21. We might be able to punish this if they come in. Oh, wait, they can't hit with all 3. They can only hit with 2 of these because of the surface area. Dude, I'm gonna walk up and murder your jar. I don't care. Like, I can only be poisoned at 1 at a time. 1 more level and Dozer has 4k plus HP. I mean, it's a lot. There's a secret, if you dab, you can spawn Russell for free. I'm trying it right now. It's not working, Forgo. Trust me, I'm dabbing right now. Take my word on it. Bro, I'm going to murder your jar. Like, or I could just walk in a range and punch the heart. Brutalize that. I mean, maybe he doesn't care. Because he could, like, walk the Gravedigger here, maybe? And then this, like, he could trap the Dozer, hypothetically. Yeah, the solution to Dozer is spam poison phobies. I mean, cone the sheep. I want to get rid of that thing, though. Like the jar. I mean, it... Don't get me wrong, I did think about doing that. I'm killing this so that way Dozer could come back this way if I needed it to. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Oh, okay, I was gonna say, like, what? I mean, coning the sheep is probably better, but whatever. This is funnier. Actually, wait. What? Why would you imagine that, Honda? No, game. There might be a better way to do this. But this is down, so they can't explode everything. I know chat wants me to cone the sheep, and yes, that is the correct play. We're doing this for the lulz, chat. Everything we're doing is for the lulz. Maybe lull or coning the sheep would have been a better lull, though. I don't know. Spit on Sucky? What are we talking about right now? There you go, chat. I coned something. I kind of, right now, I want to make the thumbnail title, or the video title, Spit and Suck, but I feel like I will probably get the video taken down. Oh my god, it didn't even kill it. How big is Sucky? GG. I didn't mean to move it there, I just misclicked. Got puked right in the face. That's where it's the ultimate disrespect. Somebody just straight up vomits on you? Or are we talking about monsters from Warhammer? Because there are monsters... I don't know if people have seen these videos. So, if you're not familiar with Warhammer, they have two different kinds of Warhammer. There's Warhammer 40k, where it's supposed to be in the 41st millennium. And then there's Warhammer Fantasy, which is now Age of Sigmar. But in both, there's a chaos god who's a demon, one of several, called Nurgle, and it's supposed to be the god of decay and disease, among other things, but those are the primary things. So his whole shtick is that he creates contagions, and then that's how his minions, like, it spreads like a plague, either zombie plague, but there's other factors. I don't know, we could be here for a while because there's immense amounts of lore. But in the games, Total Warhammer 3, the most recent one, that features it specifically. So the greater demons are called unclean ones. Makes sense, right? Big disease thing. One of their attack animations, they literally lean forward and then projectile diarrhea all over the enemy. And then another animation is either them or one of the other guys vomits on everyone. Because it's supposed to be like spreading disease and decay. And I'm like, I get it. But who was the poor guy who had to animate this 30-foot tall conglomeration of festering boils, projectile diarrheaing all over another army? It's a rough day at work. Rough day at work. Wait, what happened, Doge? Hey, Gabe, what's good? Oh, man. I don't know, chat. I'm just checking how many games. I don't care about... I mean, I care about the coffee, but, like... Need 14 more games? This is hypothetically doable. He ran out of time and killed a Bachelor 3.0. Now 3.0 is dead. Oh, no. When you said he pulled my 3.0, I thought you meant like somebody used Moffat to yoink your 3.0 or something. Yeah, Chad, offline I've been playing, I'm sure the bot has told everybody, but I've been playing Warhammer 40k Darktide. It's fun. I don't really want to stream it again until I get some upgrades, though, on my PC. Because this is the first time in a long time that I have been at the very bare minimum specs, and it's not just, oh, well, the game's ugly, or, you know, it doesn't quite look right, or something like that. No, it crashes, and it tears, and there's all kinds of problems. So I don't really want to stream it again. I did do it on the test YouTube stream, where I did run a test trying to stream directly to YouTube, because I want to try and explore that option. And, I mean, the stream itself was successful, but I don't know how bad it was on that. Yeah, I didn't think he had 3.0 Doge, that's why I was confused. This is probably what I should have done earlier in the challenge game instead of sending Cassowary up here, because it caps the point faster. He just surrendered. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. I would probably surrender after that. A rough life. Oh, excuse me. I'm wiped, chat. Fighting sickness does that. Speaking of sickness. Imagine a one-move Phobie that costs 9 keys. Oh, wait, yeah. What do you think about an aura Phobie, chat? Where it provides a passive buff, but only within so many tiles of itself. This is 546. 9, 6. No, not an Aurora Borealis. That's a different thing. That's a different thing. Imagine a one-range pull. I wouldn't mind it. Chat, what is happening tonight? We had some weird games tonight. Okay, that must have been a misclick. It must have been a misclick. Well, I was thinking like a one-range pull would be... It would have to be the old Switcher U, but only a melee range. And air quotes, pull. Imagine a glob with a one-range pull. Why do you want me to imagine these weird things? Gotta do this in the right sequence. How much does this do? Yeah, they could kill it. Guess they can kill it no matter what. I want to threaten this capping that point. Creativity is infinite. I've been getting some weird philosophical... It's science philosophical videos suggested to me on YouTube, chat. It's a little interesting. Imagine a 9 cost that does absolutely nothing and it had 0 movement. But why? Like, what? What are we doing here? Like, what? Chat, what the hell are we talking about? Chat's in one of those weird moods. I kind of just want to set this up. I don't know if this is actually a good idea. Realistically, it's probably better to get more range stuff in here. Also, this is very questionable because a combination of these and things out of the vault can ensure that these die, but I don't know. We'll see. Gotta commit a little bit more there, big boy. Yeah, the mortar phobie where it can't hit something right next to it itself is something that's come up before. People have suggested that one before. It's an interesting idea. Because Mildred was a mortar phobie? Why? Does Mildred really need more drawbacks? Or are you suggesting just because of the 4 range, so it'll be a buff for Mildred? Wait, definitely Mildred needs more drawbacks? Really? I mean, I'd agree, like, nobody uses her. That's why I'm confused as to which thing we're talking about. We're really committed to this. I don't know if I like it. So they can come down in Bs. Hit this twice. I think this is a dead Crushmore. Game, please. This is bad. This is probably a dead Crushmore. But if we move it, then it's a dead Inoculus. And whatever they kill this with... it's not dead. Well, it'll die to this. No, it'll die to fire. Ah, that's rough. I was going to say whatever they hit it with gets pulled forward, but that's not true. And leaving the daisy where it was would have been better. There was really no purpose to that move. Down goes Crushmore. Womp wah. They still have 15 keys, by the way. A little Morty action, chat. I was about to say we still have a panic point advantage, but we actually don't. We lost that. I don't know what phobia you're concocting, chat, but there's just way too much to follow what's happening. I don't think you can win this race, friend. Okay, maybe you can. That's actually an issue. They're only going to get one high 5 hit, so if I survive this turn, we're probably okay. Yeah, so they're dead next turn. We do this. I mean, does it particularly matter? I don't think I can kill them. They have 900 health. Like, I'm not killing them, guys. Yes, I could have splashed, but, like, I'm not dealing 900 from this. I know I didn't show it before. I was thinking it in my head, so... Like, yes, that is a correct play to make. We could have actually killed this to, like, completely remove any doubt. Because this could have gone here and killed the Gin Sting. That was silly. I do appreciate chat catching those sort of things, though. Like, it's relevant to say it because I do miss a lot of plays while I'm streaming, so... This was closer than I would have liked. Mildred suffers the same thing most AoE phobies suffer, reduction. But other AoE phobies can hit without their AoE, Mildred can't, and she's slow. Yes. But, as we've said on many occasions before for a variety of different reasons, not every phobia has to be good, let alone every phobia good at all times. I don't really know what Mildred's niche is, but obviously Mildred has other things that are problematic. Kill their jar? Why? We'll just zap them with Morty. Their coffin has arrived. Yeah, I don't know about Mildred. I don't really have an opinion. Jingle for the win? Yeah, that's fair. But Morty. But Morty. Technically, I killed their jar anyway. But Mildred, I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. Mildred is another one that's in the bucket of, yeah, it could probably be improved, but I don't know that I want a world where Mildred dominates games. Because Mildred just seems like it's on the verge of being too powerful, hypothetically. Because you can just obliterate things. Of each rarity, what do I want the most? Well, I think I have all the commons and uncommons, so it's really only rare and ultra rare at this stage. Of the ultra rares, it's a tough choice, because, I mean, even the ones we're just looking at here, I'd be excited about. Out of the ones on this page, Mildred and Smother Mother would be the least exciting. Leshy, I'm not excited about. But any of the other ultra rares, I'd probably be excited about. Maybe not sockassin, but another one drop is still good. Rares, yeah, there's still a lot of them that are still open. I probably want Zappy. Just to try it. Blue Speedola. Paddles. And I really do want a lot. The remaining Phobies, oh yeah, I'm not too thrilled about Kaboom or Kerbloom. Or Rusty, for that matter, but we're due for Rusty sooner or later. We're still short, 39 Phobies, so there's still a lot to collect. I think Motherload is still the best self-AoE, so I was thinking about this the other day, chat, and I might do this offline, just as it might be a fun, like, factoid video. The families of Phobies when it comes to, say, Brony, and then Morty, and Metabot, wherever Metabot is, those are obvious, right? They go together. But what if we look at families from a purely mechanical standpoint? Not mechanical as in the type, but the game mechanics. What about, say, Fleshcrawler and Motherload being in the same family? Because there's always been this underlying argument from a number of people that the higher rarity Phobies should be better or are better. And in my opinion, game design wise, that should not be the case. You should not have ultra rares that are just strictly better versions of commons. Now, they could be better. Put some good cards at ultra rare. That's fine. But it should not be commons are worthless and then everybody only uses ultra rares. And I don't think that's really true. But somebody mentioned Fleshcrawler in Discord the other day and how they don't really use it, and I don't either. Because why the hell would I ever want Fleshcrawler in general? But even beyond that, why would I use Fleshcrawler and not Motherload? It just feels like it's better. Now, is it strictly better? Not technically, because there are times where you don't want mechanical, you do want undead, you want the higher damage output at the base, you don't, stuff like that. But it feels like it's a better version. Similarly, you could put Alligator and Quagmire in the same family. Or the same strain. I don't know how many of those exist in Phobies. In general. How many are, this is basically the same sort of Phobie, just costs more or less. Sockassin is better Henrietta? Yes and no. Poison-wise, yes. Health, no. Which, why I think Sockassin is worse. When you're talking one-drops, you assume the damage output is anemic. And yes, the poison matters and it makes your opponent think, but a lot of the time the one-drop is just there solely to take a point. And if Henrietta requires 2 attacks, thereby forcing something to stay in range, and sockassin only requires one attack, thereby dying and getting that Phobie can now take its place on the panic point. Depends. Henrietta's tanky, and sometimes HP can be annoying. That's exactly it, Honda. I don't think sockassin versus Henrietta is as cut and dry as other things. But again, even the ones that a lot of people think are cut and dry are not necessarily. You know, another one, this plus Woolly Bully, Boo Fairy, and Blondie, they're the damage reducers. Maybe there's a strain, a family to look at there. I'm not sure. Henrietta does no poison damage. I know it says it does poison on here, but it actually doesn't. The number of times I've seen a Henrietta poison matter, as in it gets 3 ticks, we'll say, is like, I don't know, maybe 4 times total the whole time I've been playing Phobies, and I played a lot of games. Now, I'm exaggerating to a degree. Don't get me wrong. I'm exaggerating to a degree, but it's not all that relevant. Now, that being said, Henrietta is effective, is much closer. If you assume 1 tick, this is 398. That's not bad damage for a 1-drop. You know, we're not looking for... That's more than a lot of these, so it's fine. But if you're relying on it for the purpose of the poison does something long-term, that's not really in consideration. The other challenge is the poison... Yes, the damage will go through, and yes, it air quotes does more damage than, say, and a comparable... Well, this is actually out leveling my Razor Mouth, so it's doing slightly more damage. But it doesn't immediately remove it, thereby giving your opponent more options, so it's just worse, unless it's a dimensional, I guess? I don't know. It's nice to... The thing is that anything you're going to connect with a Henrietta is probably going to be an early game Phobie, right? You're not going to heal an early game Phobie unless it's like a stabby. In which case, if you're doing that, well, Henrietta, you're not removing the stabby is the point, and that's the problem. Anything else is going to die basically in this identical scenario that it was going to die anyway. And that's why it doesn't matter. Henrietta poison damage means Cassowary dies in 2 hits from Razor Mouth or Sucky. See, that's a relevant scenario if it would ever happen. But I don't think that's very likely. And that's the thing. The ultimate question for any of these Phobies and anything you're trying to do is, under what circumstances does this ability change the direction of the game? What DT is describing, where a Henrietta tick now makes Cassowary die to another 1-drop, which is also likely to hit the board, or a 2-drop that wouldn't have previously killed it. Those are both relevant scenarios. However, I don't think either of those will ever happen because the cat will probably get leapt on by the cassowary and eaten. Or the Sucky will get leapt on and then you walk away from it. You know, that sort of thing. So it is something to keep in mind, especially if we do level 1 events, which we will. Or there are first-party level 1 events. And that sort of thing needs to be mulling in your head. Because that's a relevant statistic to know, sort of thing. Gonzo and Scritch are the backup boosters family. Smiley, Piscetti, and Fowl, the COVID family. I mean, that's what I'm getting at, Doge. Just like grouping these things together. Smiley is a different case, though. When you're talking disease, Piscetti and Fowl are the ones to compare to. And again, I feel as though, similar to the flesh crawler motherlode scenario, 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, whatever, you're going to choose one over the other. Because why? Like, why would you go with the other one? Unless you're in dire straits, you don't have the keys, you have to do this, you just don't have the other one, that sort of thing. Yeah, but Pterodactyl, Ted and Jill, like the Resurrect Phobies, yes, you could group them by Resurrect, but that's not quite the same. They sort of serve the same purpose, but not really, because there's too much that's different about each of them. Whether it's cost, there's flying, there's the buff from Jill and Ted. There's a variety of things that go into them as compared to, I think, comparing these where you're trying to focus on raising hell versus make it rain. In those cases, those are basically the same ability. And yes, the numbers are different. There are other factors, range versus not, the Phobie type species. But Motherlode is just generally a better Phobie. And those are the things that I'm trying to find relationships between. How many of those Phobies are there? I don't know that there are that many, but the relevant gameplay mechanic that they, you know, it would be like comparing turrets. Well, what's the better turret, Bowmangle or Stabby, or, you know, you could lump Unbearable. This is where Unbearable would come in. You explain why Unbearable is not as good as these, those sort of things. But it's not necessarily grouping them by, oh, well, they all happen to have this mechanic. Because the Resurrect Phobies, especially because their costs are so different, just operate at different points in the game and for wildly different purposes. You know, you're not going to throw away Pterodactyl to cap a point unless you have to, whereas you would do that with the Jackalopes. That sort of thing. Tell the game to give me a level 30 Stabby? Nobody wants that. I mean, I want it, but, like, nobody wants that to happen. My feet are really cold, chat. I don't know why, but my feet are cold. I got socks and slippers on. I'm still really cold. New Phobie idea, Mr. Krabs. We already got that. Been there, done that, Forgo. We're going to call it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow. Gonna have some more Phobies action. Sunday is still planned to be, I don't know why I clicked in there, but Sunday is planned to be our review day. I didn't look to see how many are in there. I assume a lot. We do have an actual highlight or a couple highlights. I need to redo that spreadsheet. We're getting close to the end of the year, chat. So like I said, there's going to be some changes for the stream and for the YouTube channel. Once I, you know, hit the new year, I got to get this glut of stuff out. And then we'll be going into a new pattern that I think will be a little bit healthier, a little bit more fun for everybody. But you'll have to let me know. If you're watching this on YouTube, definitely hit me with a like and subscribe. Helps out immensely. Absolutely want to try and get to 1,000 subscribers. And of course, check out the links in the description if you want to come by the live stream or hit up the Randoms Thoughts Discord. But that's going to do it for tonight, everyone. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.